Hello, happy day after Valentine's Day. I hope you guys had a wonderful day yesterday. I am coming to you from a Thursday, so the day before, and I'm gonna do just a I'm gonna do a day in the life together. And this morning I already had a cup of coffee and I made a blueberry syrup a couple weeks ago. Lasts for like 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge. So this is my last Sunny Almond double espresso. If you have an espresso machine, they made these Sunny Almond flavored double espresso shots and they're so good for an iced coffee. Anyways, I used my last one today with my blueberry syrup, and then I did some Chobani sweet cream and whole milk. So anyways, I did it in this glass that I was keeping the syrup in because I changed my mind last minute. I don't know, maybe that was a silly idea. Okay, so today we're doing day in the life. This morning, this is the most real-time vlog I've had in a little while because we did so much last month for the Martha and Marina series. I am still catching up on sharing my shorts because I've done them all on my other 2 short form platforms. So I'm still trying to pump those out so you guys can get caught up, but I'm happy to be in a new month. Right now we are so close to my baby's first birthday and I've got a lot of planning to do and some fun things. Okay, if you're wondering, what is this gorgeous piece behind me? I have a story to tell, but I'll get into that in a minute. Right now, the baby's having independent playtime, and you guys sent me some questions on Instagram stories, so I'm gonna do some Q&A later today too, and I'm also going to bring you guys along with me. Let's sit. I wanna sit down. Since we're doing a day in the life together, let's plan out the day and organize it a little bit. If you're wondering how my day-to-day life has been going since doing 31 days of trying to live like Martha Stewart and having an early morning wake up time. Martha, if you haven't been here before, Martha Stewart lives at a 5 a.m. schedule and runs an empire. She lives like an hour outside of New York City, so she runs to the city for meetings regularly if she has to. But she also has her own, I don't know if you would say estate, that's kind of like but it kind of is. She has this big property, an hour outside of the city that she manages, and so she does a lot of work before she gets to work. And we tried it. It was really good, really hard, but it was so good to like stretch myself, and I'm proud of the outcome of it and what I was able to accomplish in that time. I have not woken up at 5 a.m. since then, at least not voluntarily. And mentally, in some ways, I can tell the difference that it was so good to like challenge myself and get up at such a strong hour of the day. I think what I was getting done in that amount of time, I could do getting up later. And honestly, I've been trying to get up around like 6 or 6:30, and it just doesn't happen. Right now I'm getting up at about 7:30 every day. I do want to work back up to getting up a little bit early, but I think it's just us girls here, and I can say that I had my cycle this week, and so I am going to try to get up earlier. That's the goal always, right? Okay, so I made it myself a second coffee today for fun because yesterday I tried going out for a fun sweet treat, and like, how come a sweet treat or a fun treat like coffee outside of the house is $8? I went to a little local spot. I was like, oh, I'll go somewhere local. It'll be nice. Guess what? It spilled all over my pants, and in a way that made it look like I peed myself. So, probably spilled about $3 worth, and again, during my cycle. So that was very uncomfortable. I didn't share that anywhere because it's like, how do you share that on social media in a way that's like letting people know that you're kind of having a moment and you're like, you kind of want to ask for help. So I didn't share that story anywhere else because why would I? I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. Yeah, I had, I can't believe I literally spilled so much of that coffee all over my pants yesterday. I can't remember if the baby kicked it or if it was just me being like not mentally present when it happened. I probably just did it to myself, honestly. His feet were right there, so he could have kicked it, but I think I did it to myself. Okay, let's go over the day really quick. All right, I have some work I need to do for a client. I need to get some stuff edited for. I do a little bit of social media work outside of my own channels. And then I need to upload YouTube shorts. I did this. I have another social media thing that's boring for you guys that I need to focus on, which is almost done. And then we're going out for dinner tonight with some friends, which I'm super excited about. Let's organize the order that we're going to do these things in. No, we can't. I got to shoot from the hip. So that gorgeous hutch that you guys saw earlier, it was quite the story. I made a lot of people mad about this on social media on accident. It wasn't the point of it. If you're part of my regular long form content, then you know my heart behind January. I really wanted to go all in and do my absolute best. Wake up at 5 a.m. and have my green juice, have a little bit of exercise, my quiet time, get some work done, get ready for the day fully. And any day that I was slacking in that, I just had like so much guilt of feeling like I was letting myself down and the expectations of others. And so on one particular day, towards the very end of this challenge, I knew for sure I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. today for a specific reason. And I had to explain it. So when I explained the story was that we had a very late delivery from Facebook Marketplace, and it was just the most exhaustive, unfortunate, weird situation. So I had seen this piece of furniture. I talked to the seller about like its availability and when I'd be able to come get it. And I mentioned like, I don't personally have a truck. So if you're able to wait a few days, I can gather my resources. I didn't mention that I have a baby at home, but like that is part of it. It was like, okay, I got to figure out when's someone going to be home to watch the baby, or do I find my own truck? Do I find my own delivery system? So it's just more to organize for myself. But I was willing to figure out how to get it to the house. But I let them know, like, or if you have a truck and you want to just get it out of your hands faster, I can receive it sooner than that. But it's going to take me a couple days to organize something to get to you. And I mentioned that because it looked like it was potentially an estate sale where they do want to get rid of things. And so typically estate sales have some of these things organized. So that's another reason why I put it out there. When the seller got back to me, it was literally, you're going to have to go back and watch this short form. I'll upload it and I'll attach it to this video. But the seller just basically ghosted me and then would come back. And then on the day of, they were like, okay, we can deliver today. Do you care if we wait till traffic dies down? And I was like, of course, because without traffic, they were an hour away. So I completely understood them wanting to make sure that they could get it to me not during rush hour. So I said, fine. Well, we go back and forth on payment, and I wanted to do all cash, but I could tell they were having to go through so much effort. And at one point through purchasing, you kind of get this like sense of whether or not you can trust this person. And I honestly don't normally do this. And I know some of you guys are already like rolling your eyes. It's fine. In my mind, I was like, well, if I send him some upfront gas money, just to help him to know for sure, like your efforts of you trying to get it here, I'm not going to turn you away. So I would rather send them a little bit of money and help them get it to me and fully receive it than to just not get it at all, because it's something that I've been looking for that is the right size, that I love, and to me it was worth it. So I knew that as a risk, like, okay, I'm going to send them something. If they ghost me and I don't get anything from it, it was worth it to at least maybe have gotten it than to have not gotten it at all. I get like lots of messages back and forth on like, they're like, okay, we're like on our way. It says we'll be there in an hour. Okay, great. An hour later, they're like, we're 45 minutes away. And they just kind of kept doing that. Like every hour would be like, oh, we're 30 minutes away. An hour later, oh, we're an hour away. And so I was like, okay. And at this point, I also had a migraine, and it was just all bad, unfortunate situations. I'm at home with the baby, but at least my husband's home. So anyways, they arrived after midnight. But they made it and I got my piece and I love it. And so it was worth the stress because it finally arrived. And again, it's been something I've been looking for a very, very, very long time. And it's hard to find the right kind of piece secondhand for a price that you're like super okay with. So really excited about it and no regrets. Okay, so that's my little hutch story and it's beautiful. And I've thought about maybe like lightening it up and doing a light stain kind of like my table is, because I just love that look and I'm not a big fan of dark rich colors on all furniture. We also have black ceilings that we've talked about painting white, and I think if we painted the ceiling white it would help how dark this piece is next to the ceiling. But yeah, we're kind of in the works. We don't really know exactly what we want to do with it, but for now we just wanted to get it at least inside the house and see how it looks set up in here. It's so pretty. I also want to change out the floors too, and that's just a lifelong dream. Not really lifelong, but that's a goal we have, is to get the floors redone in the house. And the floors have kind of like, if you said honey, I know you're thinking yellow, but if you think of honey as in red or like a red orange, but on the honey level. So it's kind of like this light orangey red colored flooring, but it's laminate. So it's not as durable as we would need it to be for the baby and I at home. So many wood tones and factors to think through when it comes to setting up your home. And I love home. I love it so much. I'm gonna go hang out with the baby for the rest of our playtime before his nap. And then I'll see you guys at nap time and we'll go over, I am gonna do a tiny install in the house today. Something that I've been thinking about for a little bit too. So that'll be kind of fun. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm in the middle of setting up my next thing, but I want you guys to see my cookies. Straight out of the oven. I'll give you a closer look in a second. For lunch this week, I went with really simple. Sometimes I eat leftovers of whatever we had for dinner. This week dinners have just been kind of all over the place. So this week I've been having like a granola mom lunch, but of course I had to have a sweet treat. So I made some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies and they're very flat because the butter was too hot when I mixed all of the ingredients together. And I kind of like how crispy they are. I might try it again on purpose, but they're supposed to be a little bit thicker than this, but that's okay. Anyways, okay, I'm having my sweet treat for lunch, and it's funny, like, because they're so flat, it makes it look like I'm eating ginormous cookies, but they're literally like these thin, crisp cookies. All right, we're gonna be doing a small, quick installation today. I had these over the buffet that was against that wall. And then now we have this hutch, display hutch, cabinet, whatever you want to call it. And so I was thinking I would reinstall these either here, so where those pictures are, here, or on this side, and over there. I think you guys remember we had talked about doing like a light here above each window, but the problem is that I actually just already have these, so I might as well just install them on the inside. And then Max and I had talked about it last night, like if we should put them on these inside ones or the outside ones. And because of just vantage point or viewpoint from throughout the house at nighttime when we have the lights on, we decided it'd be best for the outside because it doesn't conflict with this light as much. Like it doesn't hit it depending on where you stand. So yeah, I'm gonna install them now and should be pretty quick because they're just, I have these like rechargeable light bulbs, so it's not hardwired. And then this is just the plate that you install on the wall. And I did this in the Cloffice with my extra third one. So now I've got these two that are gonna go back out in the living room. Really excited about it. I'm also thinking that eventually I might, for fun, like either find, thrift, make some new lampshades that aren't white to go on them. Something colorful maybe could be cute. I've got a good amount of nap time left to get this done, and then I also need to work on Valentine's Day stuff because I have a Valentine's Day event I'm going to tomorrow morning at a friend's house, and then it's Valentine's Day, so I need to finish getting my gift ready for Max. Okay. I'm gonna bring you guys in for a close-up for this, and I have to record it for short form as well, so I have to double record. We're at the end of nap time, so I thought I would do a rapid fire Q&A, the Q&A questions. So I asked on my Instagram stories, I said, what are some Q&As that we could do this week on the YouTube channel? And you guys sent me some funny questions. So, okay, I love this question. What's one renovation you've done that you didn't love afterwards? I love this question. Okay. The clofus. I know, I just did it. Here's the thing. I do love how cute it looks. I don't love the function of it. I know that I kind of cheaped out and I didn't get a appropriate size bench for it, and that has made a huge difference because I just don't have the right kind of seat to sit in that location. And then I have some things that we tried moving to different spots, and it's just stuff that you have to store, like whether it's paperwork, or I had some holiday decor that I had tried keeping inside the clofus, and it just wasn't working as like a place that I could like sit and work with stuff. It felt like it's all falling on me. So I think the clofus is cute, and I didn't lie about any of it. Like when I said that I loved it, I really do love how it looks. I think it's really cute. But I don't love, now that it's been 3-4 weeks, I don't love the function of it. It just doesn't, I'm not drawn to go in there to sit and work because it's also still gassing off. Like the paint smell is still, like the paint's not dry all the way still, it's still sticky. So I need to aerate that room out. I've tried having the window open to try to get it to solidify and cure, but it just hasn't yet. So that is one space I've done that I just didn't love, but that's okay. I don't love the function of it. I love the idea of it, and I love how cute it looks. So, all right, best surprise about becoming a mom. What's been the most shocking? I've shared before that I'm not like the most emotive person, and I think that one of the misconceptions about becoming a parent is that you just have this immediate love for them on day one that you will have when they're 18 years old or on their wedding day. Of course, I love my baby, but what has been the most shocking and to me the best surprise is the relationship that we've grown over time, and I love it. It's honestly, it feels like the same as when you make a new friend. We have like jokes, like I literally have specific jokes with the baby now that we like to do, or little habits that are like, relationship has grown with a bond over time, and that's honestly been the best surprise of all, just having a real, actual, raw, authentic relationship that you see develop over time versus I think for some people it's probably true, for me it wasn't, versus this like immediate like, nope, I just birthed this baby 5 seconds ago, it's my new best friend, and I would do anything. Of course, it's like, yes, of course I love my child, but the bond and relationship that we've grown over time is so much more true for me and my baby than what we had on the first day when we were like just getting to know each other. So I think that that's fun. All right. Favorite part about being a mom, making the baby laugh, kind of like the jokes I was talking about earlier. He's really, really snuggly right now, and I love it. It's just so sweet. And I mean, I know babies go through different seasons of favoring one parent over another, and right now he really loves me, and it's just really sweet. Like he would be so content if I just held him the whole day. And I guess being favored of the parents, but making him laugh for sure. Okay, what does your work-life balance look like now with having Harlan? I will be the first to tell you that I don't think I've ever truly had work-life balance before pregnancy, during pregnancy, or after. I don't really love the idea of saying like living by how you feel, but I kind of feel out the day, and it's like if I can sense that the baby is needing more attention, then I'll push some tasks aside just to get extra time with him if that seems like it's something he needs. The challenge we did last month with Martha and Marina, where I woke up earlier and I got more work done, that's probably the most structured balance that I've had to my life. But Max and I always have had extra work outside of our main jobs, and so there are plenty of days a week where Max gets home from work and he and I both have to work for a couple extra hours at night after the baby goes to bed. And that's been common. We've been married for going on 7 years in May, together for 8 years in May, and that's just always been our workflow, that like if we both have work to do at night, like we just kind of sit down and focus on it. So sometimes if I don't have work and Max has work, like I'll sit and play a game on my phone. This is like, I've never shared this. I love the game Woodoku. It's like Sudoku, but with like wood blocks. I will sit and play that. That is my zen, my zone out game I love to play on my phone. That or Snake. I haven't downloaded Snake in a while. I have tried the other games. They're okay. Royal Crown is good because there's no ads. But something about Woodoku, I could easily play that one for so long. So I don't think I've ever really truly had work-life balance, but I especially try to get a lot of work. He only does one big nap in the day, and that's been awesome for me because it honestly, it gives me a section of the day where it feels like if I want to rest for an hour, like if I eat my lunch and I like to watch like a 20-30 minute show, then that feels like I have my rest time, and then I can put that down, feel rested, and I can pull up my computer, respond to emails, edit for a client, edit for myself, record whatever I need to, do something like this. So yeah, I try to do it outside of my baby's wake windows, which I don't even call them whenever he's just awake. Yeah. Okay, most favorite and cherished home decor item you have. This is a tough one. I really thought about this for a while because that is so hard. Probably, if I could say a piece of furniture, it would probably be the changing dresser we have in the baby's room. It's gorgeous, beautiful. I love the new hutch we have. I do. Everyone tells me like the color is perfect, and then the other half of people will say that they think lighter would be prettier. If I could lighten the hutch that I just showed you guys, that one might be my new favorite, but I don't know. I really love the one in the baby's room because it was just the first piece of furniture we got to get ready for the baby, and I was like 8.5 months pregnant. I barely had anything prepared, and I got it all done in time because you didn't need that much, but we got his room to a completed state like it is now, and I just love it. It's so timeless to me, and yeah, it just feels timeless and pretty. And then the last, if I had seen this earlier in the day, I would have done a makeup tutorial. Someone asked, could you do a video on how you do your makeup, which I have done in the past, but I have changed a few things. Not a lot. We're not going full beat over here every day, but yeah, those are, I could do an updated makeup video if you guys want, just let me know. And then nap time's pretty much over, so I gotta go get the baby and we're gonna feed him a snack. And then we're gonna work on our Valentine's Day gift for Dada. And then I still need to figure out a Valentine's Day treat I'm supposed to bring to an event tomorrow. And then we've got dinner tonight at 6. So the day's moving along, but I got those sconces up pretty quick. I knew that it wouldn't take too long, so I'm excited about that. The light bulbs are charging, and I'll be sure to get a shot of it at night where you can see the glow, and hopefully it'll look good. I bet it will. Okay, let's go wake up the baby. Hi, Bubby. Did you have a good nap? Hi. Can I kiss? Thank you for my kiss. I love you. Okay, let me get you out of that. This is the best angle I could get with keeping the camera out of reach for the baby, but we're gonna do our Valentine's Day card for Max really quick for Dada. Okay. It's just a card I picked up at Trader Joe's. They always have the best cards for like really affordable prices. And it says, words can't espresso how much I love you. We're the perfect blend, happy Valentine's Day. So we're just gonna do little thumbprints real quick, Bobby. Come here, baby. And Mama's got wipes really close by so that way we don't put them anywhere we're not supposed to. This is risky. Risky, risky, risky. All right, ready? We're just gonna make a little heart. We're gonna go boom. And one more time. One more time. No! Exactly how Mommy was worried it would go. I feel like when it's not perfect though, that's like the mark of you did it with your kids. Okay, now we're gonna go wash your hands just to be safe. We tried. I'll fill in the rest of the card now. I thought about doing the toes, but I thought the fingers would be faster. I was probably wrong. I think doing it alone was probably harder, more than anything else. Let's wash your hands, baby. All right, while that dries, I have, I got Max some salt and pepper, and I figured would this be a fun way to, I'm gonna tie a ribbon around it and just say that like you're like the spice of my life. Okay, how should I say that though? Like if I put it on, should I put it on the card? I wanted to put it on here, but I need a way to make a tag. Okay, I'll have to work on that. And then we'll try to go to the store in the morning to get him or I'll run somewhere in the morning to get him like a coffee treat to go with the card. Okay, I need a tag. I need to make a tag somehow. Oh, Okay, I wonder if I can use the paper from my planner to make some kind of a tag for this. I think if I got scissors. Okay, I'm gonna get some scissors. Okay, I have our card written, and then I did make this little tag. It says, you're the spice of my life. Salt and pepper is not really, I don't know, it's more of a seasoning than a spice, but I think it gets the point across. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck these away somewhere for Max to pull out tomorrow morning. And I usually like to pull out like gifts or something here, like on people's birthdays and stuff. So I'll just keep it nearby. And then the light bulbs finished charging, so I'm gonna put them in the nook and see if I can light them up and see if you'll be able to tell the difference. So I'm gonna hide these really quick. Okay, it's still broad daylight, so I'm not sure if you can really tell on camera that I have the lights on right now, but I do think that is already lighting up those corners with more of a glow in an area that it felt really dark. I don't know if you remember, but I've kind of shared before that because of the shape of this and the thickness of it, it doesn't really illuminate light outside of it on this side. Like how this is a white lampshade, it like glows outside of the shade or through the shade, whereas this is just almost like a spotlight. So if you're outside of it, it feels kind of like you're in the dark, but the centerpiece is lit up. So I think that these are going to be great for at nighttime. I'll come back when it's darker so you can see a better look at it. I'm also thinking that the things I was using where those lights now are, I might display some of them on this wall next to the hutch. I'll show you. Okay, I think from this angle you can probably see that that has more of a glow, even though it's whatever. Okay, so this, I love this, but I think I might put it somewhere else. And I'm thinking maybe I do like some of the cutting boards up here and make like an arrangement of it. I also have a copper pot, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do that right now. I'm kind of sitting on that idea. I've got about 2 hours before Max gets home, so if I want to, I could. The rest of the things I'm gonna do today before we leave for dinner, I gotta think about if I'm gonna give the baby a bath before we go, which is usually easier because that way when we get home I can just pop him in bed afterwards if I take him in his jammies, which reminds me you have no clean jammies. All right, I think I've got chores to do next. You agree. He's like, yeah, please get me pajamas. Okay, I'm gonna do a load of baby's laundry, dishes. Laundry, the baby's dishes. I did that backwards. Baby laundry, load of dishes, hang out with the baby for a couple hours, and then we're going to this pizza spot tonight I'm really excited about. And of course, I'll show you guys how it looks at night. I'm super excited about it. It does look really cozy. Okay, I'll be back. Oh my gosh. Okay, what I was gonna say earlier when I was going over the Q&A and I said that I don't really have like balance, I do take like Sunday off from work and I try to dedicate that to just like family time. So I'm not saying I'm a 24-hour workhorse and that you should be too kind of a thing. There is a form of balance. I guess it's just not something that's so consistent people could see it, if that makes sense. That's all I wanted to say. Now back to chores. Okay, we're back home and this side is now on and the left side is not, and you can tell the difference. So much better with the light on. I'm gonna turn this left one on for you guys. Perfect. How cute. So worth the few minutes it took to do that today.